Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be.
Hi guys, I welcome everyone back to the channel. Today's topic might look weird, but well, it is as it is. But I know a lot of people have been wired and wrongly programmed to think that failure is for dumb people and is for losers. And the system has successfully succeeded in putting a lot of people in the average class and have succeeded in making a lot of people to just be average and then live a mediocre life. Why? Because they are afraid to take up tasks because they don't want to fail. In this video, we shall look at 4 things that are necessary elements that can make a person to become great out of failures. So if you are the type that is afraid to fail, then make sure you watch this video, because I'll be demystifying those misconceptions that make people think that failure is bad and it's for dumb people. So to hook up with the details, make sure you don't click away, for I'll be right back pretty soon with the very details of this video. See you pretty soon. Guys, you are welcome back. So now let's put the facts on the table. One thing a lot of people are oblivious about is that failure helps people that are great people to discover new possibilities and come out with new ideas. Great things are achieved when we dare to pick up tasks, when we dare to fail. In fact, failure is a key characteristics of great and ambitious people who enjoy to pick up new tasks and dare to fail. And this leads them to coming out with innovations and new discoveries. Sadly, a lot of people are damn scared to fail. Why? Because they have been wrongly programmed by the system to think that failure is for dumb people, failure is for losers, and this way has succeeded in putting a lot of people in the average class, and they remain comfortable in that zone. And truth as it is, most of them will have their potentials die in them, sadly. I just imagine how terrible it would have been without technological inventions. Imagine the world without inventions, without technology. It would have been sad. It took the bravery of some people to pick up that task, to take up these challenges, fail a lot of times, and this has helped to make the world a better place. So in actual fact, failure actually leads one to new discoveries. Just as Ken Robinson put it, if you are not prepared to be wrong, you will never come up with anything. And just as Robert F. Kennedy put it, only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. Sad note is that school is not doing a good job in helping people achieve greatness. This is because school embraces that concept of not failing. In fact, one of the great inventors, Thomas Edison, is recorded to have been told by his teacher that he was too stupid to learn anything in school. Can you imagine this? And it's also reported that he was being fired from his job. And why would he be fired from his job? Why is that school could not contain him? This is because he was someone that was thinking outside the norm and wasn't ready to be inclined to that robotic inclination that makes you just become fixated on one concept and do not require failure. And that made him to be someone that wasn't conformist to the norms and therefore an outcast. Imagine he created the bulb. He has to take about 1,000 times to fail before he successfully succeeded in inventing the light bulb. So imagine such a person was afraid to fail. So this explains why school could not contain him. This explains why job could not contain him. So that is why anybody that wants to really achieve greatness will really have to look at picking up tasks and being able to fail to come out with new discoveries and new inventions. He is not the only one. We can actually catalog a lot of great people who went through great deal of failure in order to achieve their purpose and goals, and eventually coming out with some of the great inventions and technologies that have shaped the course of destiny and actually made life worth living. Note that failing to come out with discoveries is not only limited to technology or innovations, but it cuts across whatever a person does. It could be business, it could be any endeavor you find yourself or you put yourself into. It could be sports, it could be anything at all. Once you are able to brace yourself to fail, then be rest assured that you are towing towards greatness. Very important. This takes me to the second point. Failure strengthens and empowers the mental psyche to be able to pick up new challenges and tasks. Failure braces a person to be able to go through the storms of life, because it toughens the person to be able to become psychologically strong, mentally strong, and able to be resilient in picking up new tasks and challenges very necessary in achieving greatness. People who are afraid to fail are actually weak people. Why? Because they don't have that bravery that will help them to take up new tasks in order to achieve anything. Once a person goes through series of failures, it toughens his mind. It toughens him to be able to accept new challenges, becomes very resilient. And this is very necessary in creativity, innovations, to come up with new solutions to problems and eventually making the person achieve greatness. And this explains why achievers are very few, great people are very few. This is because a lot of people are not able to go against the norm. They are not able to go against the tides. They go with the norm and remain average. And people that achieve greatness, people that are achievers, are very few. And that's the reality. So now let's go to the third point. The third point looks contradictory in nature. Why? Because school and the system has successfully made us to understand that, or made us to believe that once you fail, you are dumb, and once you pass, you are smart. And I think this is not entirely true. Why? Because failure actually produces a lot of smart people, a lot of smart thinkers, because they've gotten this out of the result of going through tough times and taking up tasks, which is very necessary and a necessary element, and becomes smart. Failure in reality actually exposes a person to a pool of lifetime experiences, and these experiences helps him to be able to maneuver his way around when he encounters new challenges. This goes a long way to help the person make smart, intelligent, and well-informed decisions. It is sad that school has programmers or program people to think that smartness and intelligence is when you are able to get good score in school and maybe get good grades. Little do they know that their definition of smartness and intelligence is producing people who are in most cases experts in chew and pour and forget. Though not in all cases, but in most cases, some things are being memorized that have no impact in real life situations. And when you are very bad at chew and pour, you are considered to be dumb. How unfortunate that is. A billionaire, Jim Koch, expressed disappointment that his Harvard MBA did not prepare him to launch his business. Similarly, a revolutionary leader, Sam Adams, noted that experience is a lot more important than just intelligence. In actual fact, smart people are those that go against the norm and think outside the traditional school orientation with that concept of not failing. These people are pioneers of great technological inventions that have shaped the destiny of the world and have equally produced great and successful business people. We can talk of the likes of Henry Ford, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Samfu Kantanka, in fact a whole list of them who actually deviated from the norm, failed severally in order to achieve greatness. So now let's go to the last point, and the last point is that failure brings out the real value of a person. A person's real value, potential, can never be discovered until he goes through tough times, until he goes through series of failures. This tests your resilience and sense of purpose in helping you arrive and achieve goals that are very practical. Just consider this. Mining gold needs a lot of patience and adventurousness. If you are not patient enough, you are not adventurous, you cannot mine gold. But then you see that gold is precious and a valuable asset. The same thing with the individual. The individual's inner potential is a precious asset which is inborn with the individual. And then if the person is not able to test and go through a series of failures, you will never be able to come out to know and identify your value and potential. And that is why failure is a necessary element, it's a necessary vehicle that allows an individual to be able to refine himself or herself and strike that kind of element of value within the person. Very, very important. The tough thing for an individual to be able to realize is discovering what your potential is and how you are able to harness that potential to the benefit of yourself and the benefit of humanity. Unfortunately, a lot of people have good potentials that could otherwise be realized and will let the world enjoy what they have to offer. But then those potentials, those values dies with them. Sad. Because I believe everyone has a calling, everyone and your calling. So if you just spend much of your time not trying anything new, you spend much of your time going by the traditional system that allows you to just learn what is in school and keeps you in job, I see that to be a cheat, because there are inner potentials that could have been otherwise being identified and be made good use of, but they die in you. Sad it is. So the next time you think about any good idea, any new concept, do not be afraid to give it a try, but then brace yourself and know very well that the failures you are going to go through are those failures that are going to make you resilient and toughens you, and is very necessary in making you to become an achiever. Also guys, this is what time can allow me to go with this video. I actually do appreciate your time that you have spent with me to watch the video from the beginning to the end. In case you find anything valuable about this video, do not forget to give it a like. You can subscribe, and in case you have any comments or you want to put across to the channel, those comments are welcome. You can kindly leave your comments at the comment section, and I'll appropriately respond to them, and then we can have a chat. So thanks so much that you have stuck and stayed with me from the beginning to the end of this video. I see you again another time with another video. Bye bye.